Hey guys, it's Peter Gehi, your finance PT. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some practical tips that you can apply to help you to progress in your career. So whether you're looking for an internal role or a job that's external to what you're currently doing now, these are going to be things that you can start working on to help you to progress and meet your goals. Now, one of the first things that you need to start looking at is your current job description. What are the things that you're currently doing in your role? What are the skills that you currently have that are similar to the job description of your desired position? So you want to start seeing the skills, habits, responsibilities that you already have, because of course these things are going to be great for when you start having interviews to be able to show the proof and evidence that you actually are capable of the role. And then you want to start looking at what are the skills that you're lacking, what is the experience you're lacking, or any responsibilities that you need for your desired role that you can basically show to your employer that you have. So anything that you see that you're currently lacking, these are going to be skills that you're going to focus on developing. And that brings me to the next thing. So of course, once you've looked at your desired job description and you've analyzed the skills you currently have, the experience you currently have, the tasks you've already been able to do, you want to start looking at the things that you don't currently have, because this is going to be where the stumbling blocks are. A lot of the times when employers are looking for someone, they want to know that that person is going to be able to do the job. Not just on paper, they're going to show up and actually be able to fulfill the role. Because I've seen from my experience a lot of the times, someone on paper, they sound amazing, but then you actually hire them and you realize that the person is not what you thought. So you want to make sure that you are really putting your best foot forward and that you're really capable of the role you're going to be applying for. So what you're going to do next, which is really, really important, you're going to be looking at upskilling yourself. So whatever skills that you saw you were lacking, whether they were technical skills, or let's say, for example, you're really, really bad with Microsoft, you're terrible with Excel, you can only do the basics, but let's say the role that you're applying for, you need to have really, really good Excel skills, then that's going to be something you're going to focus on. You want to make sure that the skills that you know you're currently lacking in, you're going to start upskilling yourself so that you will be able to prove to the employer, whether it's your current employer or your potential employer, that you can actually fulfill the job. So you're going to focus on the weaknesses that you currently have. You're going to focus on the skills that you don't yet have, and you're going to start working on those. Upskilling is key. You know, if there are skills you're lacking in, yes, you can say to them, oh, I know I can do it, but people want to see you can do it. So definitely start taking the initiative to upskill. There are so many different websites that you can use. There's Udemy, there's even Reed as well, that there's always lots of online courses that you can do, which are really quite affordable as well. So definitely look for training opportunities that you can do online, or whether it's going to be some kind of course that you're going to enroll into that's going to enable you to get the job that you want. If you see me looking down, I'm looking into my trusted notebook to help me to stay on track. And whilst we're on the topic of upskilling yourself, do not underestimate the power of upskilling yourself. And I'll give you a personal example. I remember when I was trying to get from an administration role to a managerial role, I knew that the experience side of things I really lacked. And I knew that there was a lot of information that I needed to learn about the management side. So what did I do? I took initiative. There's a particular policy that I needed to know about. So I went online, I downloaded it, I started reading it, dissecting it, really starting to understand more about it. It was all about decontamination. And as the fact that I had no dental nursing background, I wasn't really familiar with the ins and outs of decontamination. So I took the initiative. I went online, I started reading a bit more about it, and really just starting to open up my mind to understand this, because it would have been something that I would be responsible for. So just by doing that and taking the initiative, when I went for interviews and they'd ask me about, oh, are you familiar with da, I could easily be like, yes, I'm familiar with this, you know, this means that and that and that and that and that. And I could basically show that I know what I'm talking about. So definitely take initiative. Upskilling is going to be the key, especially in these very, very competitive times. So whatever skills you see that employers are looking for, even if you look at lots of different jobs from different employers and look at what are the similar skills or qualifications or softwares that they want people that they're looking for to be able to have, and start working on those things so you can be able to show that you are capable for the job. Now, the next thing is all about opportunities. Looking for opportunities in your current role, in your current employment, that you can gain experience that's going to help you to pivot in your career. If you're looking for an internal role, this is also a great opportunity. I'm sure that there are always things happening within your company. Maybe there was always trainings happening, but you never sign yourself up. why not start? Sign yourself up, take advantage of opportunities that there are internally, or even just having a sit down with your manager and really finding out, what do I need to do in order to be able to get X position, whatever that position may be. And also seeing, are there any opportunities for you to do any shadowing? Are there any opportunities for you to do any interning with someone within the company that has the role that you want? Really start networking within your company, even if it's just going to be able to have a virtual coffee with them, just to kind of speak to them and really kind of get the gist of the things you need to start having or skills you need to have in order to progress. Then this is going to be a great way for you to start creating opportunities for you to get the position that you want. So definitely start looking for opportunities within your company or even externally to your company as well. So any opportunities for extra responsibility. Yes, sometimes there's extra responsibilities, but you think to yourself, and I'm not gonna lie, I used to think this too, well, I'm not getting paid for it, so I'm not interested. But do not despise extra responsibilities, especially if it's going to be things that are going to show leadership qualities, or they're going to be able to allow you to develop skills that you need for your desired position. So if there are any opportunities to have extra responsibilities, take them on, utilize them, capitalize on them for your benefit, and also show yourself. Maybe there's been internal positions you've applied for that you haven't gotten, and you haven't really taken the time to wonder why. Maybe you just thought, oh no, it's because I've not been in the company as long. But sometimes that's not the reason. You need to show that you are capable of the job. Yes, you may know that you're capable, but you need to show that through your actions, through the way that you carry yourself at work. So definitely take advantage of extra responsibilities, or even speaking to your manager about what can I do to help to make your job easier. I'm sure any manager would love to hear those words. I wish I had heard those words in my previous employment, because I probably wouldn't have left, but I didn't. But anyways, here I am now to help you guys. But definitely speak to your manager and find out what you can do to make their life easier. And I'm sure they will find something. Whatever that responsibility is, take hold of it, nurture it, look after it, and show that you are capable of doing much, much more. And the next thing, which is really, really important, is ensuring your CV is optimized. You need to ensure that the CV that you currently have matches the positions you're looking for. I know sometimes updating your CV can be really long. I'm not gonna lie, I used to hate doing that. But you need to make sure that you're showcasing the skills that you have that the employer is looking for. So you don't want to be putting irrelevant information, things back 10 years ago that nobody cares about right now. You want to put your current employment and previous employment, of course, which relate. So looking at the skills, what the tasks that you had to do, what the responsibilities you had in that role, and how did that show that you're capable of this current role that you're applying for. So definitely make sure your CV is optimized to show your skills, your qualities, your interests, and what you can bring to the table. Employers want to know that you are going to add to their company. Employers want to know that you are going to be more than just someone clocking in and clocking out and just checking the time for the time for you to go home. They want to know that you're going to add something to their company. So you definitely want to make sure your CV is optimized. You want to make sure that there are no grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, especially if that job, one of the skills you need to have is attention to detail. Now, if you can't have attention to detail on your CV, I'm sure they're not going to think you can have attention to detail in that position as well. So definitely make sure you proofread your CV, make sure all the information is up to date, your phone number, your contact information, all of those things make all the difference. You want to make sure your CV stands out, but I'm not saying you should start adding salt and pepper and lying and adding things that aren't actually about you. But you want to put your best foot forward. And something you can do if you've been applying for a lot of jobs and you're not getting any responses is have a CV professional take a look at it. Have someone review your CV, someone that's going to be honest with you, of course. And also someone that has experience with reviewing CVs, of course, and they're going to be able to give you some constructive feedback and show you things that you need to work on. Perhaps one of the reasons that no one was replying to you was because all of your current experience does not show that you're capable of the job you're applying for. So definitely make sure your CV is optimized. If they ask for a cover letter, write the cover letter. Even if they don't ask, right now we're in very, very competitive times. A lot of people are looking for new jobs. A lot of people are wanting a career change, and you want to make sure that you stand out essentially. So even if they don't ask for a cover letter, go the extra mile and write one. And all these little things make all the difference. Maybe hundreds of CVs came in, but no one wrote a cover letter, but you did. And it shows, wow, this person is really, they're going the extra mile. They're giving that extra percent of effort. So definitely make sure that you have your cover letter. And of course, you're writing the right company in there, because that will be a big error if you got the wrong company name. And also making sure that it's grammatically correct, spelling mistake, there's no spelling mistakes, that everything is really just in the best position that it can be. These are all very, very important things. Okay, so now the next tip is all about internal opportunities. Now, the tendency is when we're looking for a new job, we tend to look outside of our current employer. But if you're working in a company that you like the company culture, it's a good place to work in, there's good company benefits, then why look outside when you can look internal? So definitely get onto your company website and have a look at any internal positions that they may have coming up at the moment. Anything that kind of relates to the experience you want to develop. Maybe you might not necessarily find your dream role, but you might find a role that's going to be able to give you the experience and the skills that you need in order to level up to that position that you really, really desire to have. So definitely get onto your company website, look at any internal positions, speak to, your HR department or your recruiting department, whoever deals with the positions that are available, and find out what is available. Before you're looking outside and having to go through all that hassle, definitely make sure you're checking out what internal opportunities there are within your company, because perhaps there's the job that you're looking for there, and it might even be slightly easier for you to get that position than if you were looking outside. So definitely look at any internal opportunities, whether paid or maybe some voluntary positions that are available, that's going to be able to help you to develop the skills that you need in order to get your desired position. So definitely look at any internal opportunities, any internal jobs that you can apply for, and go for it. Why not? If you've already been working in the company, if you've got a good track record, if you've got a good, review from your current manager, this can be really what you need to kind of just get that little bit extra. So definitely look at internal opportunities. Now, the next thing, which is really important, is to speak to your manager. Find out what are the skills and qualities that they see in you which are great, but what are the things that they think you can improve on? Perhaps something you need to improve on is sharing your ideas more. Now, it seems like, that's not really that important, but it is. Sharing your ideas is important. Perhaps you have ideas that could solve problems, that could make, the way that you work more effective within your company. Perhaps you have ideas that's going to be able to make your company more money, and I'm sure they would really appreciate that. So definitely speak to your manager about things that they think you need to work on over the next year that's going to enable you to kind of get that pay rise that you want, that's going to enable you to get that career progression that you want to have as well. So definitely speak to your manager. You want to make sure you have a good working relationship with them. You want to make sure that if there's any opportunities coming up, your name will be mentioned in those rooms. And that will only happen when you show that you are someone that is competent, but then you show that you are someone that is willing to go the extra mile, that you are reliable, and that you are capable of any job that is placed in your hands. Even if it's something small, give your best in it, and it will make all the difference. And the last thing, persist. Right now, we're in challenging times, and you might have people around you that are like, there's no point looking for another job. Companies are going bust. Nobody's hiring. But that is not true. There are still companies that are hiring. So keep persisting. Don't give up. Don't apply for one job today and then you're already like, forget it, no one's hiring, there's no point. No, persist. Keep going. If a career change is what you desire, keep persisting until you get that career change. It may take time. It may take a couple of months. It may even take a year. It took me over a year to get my career change. But I'm happy that I persisted and that I didn't give up. So guys, do not give up. But like I said, analyze your current skills. What are the skills that you have now which are aligned with the job you want to have? And what are the skills that you're lacking? The skills that you find that you are lacking, focus on developing those skills so that when you start getting those interviews, when you start getting those callbacks, you will be able to show that you are the right person for the job and have confidence in yourself. If you already go for an interview thinking that you're not going to get the job, you might as well not turn up because you won't. You have to go into those interviews ready, and you have to be like, do you know what? I am the right person for the job and I will get the job. You have to go in with the right mindset. You can't go in ready to fail. You need to go in ready to win. And like I said, persist until you get that career progression that you desire. I hope you guys found these tips helpful. Do let me know in the comments if you found them helpful, and if there's any topics you'd like me to cover, then do drop me an email or leave a comment below and I'll get to it as soon as I can. Have a great rest of your week and I'll be back with you guys soon.